Hey everyone, welcome back to Dark Facts 2.07 Strangest Facts About Semen Volume. Let's be honest, this isn't a topic you bring up over brunch, but the truth is semen volume is one of the most under-discussed over-misunderstood things about male biology, and no, we're not covering the same recycled advice about hydration or zinc supplements. These are the weird ones, the ones that even science raises an eyebrow at. If you've ever wondered what's going on down there, or why things sometimes feel different, you're in for a ride. One, your brain might be quietly rationing your supply. Here's something most guys never hear. Your mental state can influence your physical output, and we're not just talking performance, we're talking volume. High cognitive load and chronic stress don't just tank your mood, they can actually suppress your body's ability to produce semen. Why? Because your system starts prioritizing survival over reproduction. It's like your brain's going, we're in crisis mode. This isn't the time to make babies, so while you're powering through deadlines and decision fatigue, your testicles might be hitting pause on production without you even realizing it. To take it further, studies in neuroendocrinology show that hormones like cortisol have a direct inhibitory effect on the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, which is the key system regulating testosterone production and sperm development. So in times of prolonged mental strain, you're not just mentally tired, your entire reproductive chain may be operating on low power mode to your testicles. Remember, and they don't forget, isolated. It's not officially called testicular memory, but that's basically what's happening if you go through a period of intense stress, fever, malnutrition, or even a bad flu. Your reproductive system takes notes, and those notes can stick around sometimes for months. Because sperm production isn't a quick process, it takes about 72 days per cycle. Any disruption can echo across multiple rounds, so even after you're feeling better, your semen volume might still be recovering. Think of it like a factory that shut down for repairs and now it's cautiously rebooting at half speed. What's even more fascinating is that researchers have found that high fevers specifically can impair Sertoli cell function, which is critical in the formation of sperm, leading to longer recovery times, even in otherwise healthy males. 3. Competition makes your body weirdly generous. Here's where things get biologically petty. Some studies in evolutionary psychology suggest that when men are exposed to perceived sexual competition, like images of attractive rivals or scenarios involving partner infidelity, their bodies may increase certain reproductive outputs. Not necessarily in sheer volume, but in quality, like sperm count and motility. It's a biological flex. Your body sees a challenge and decides to put its best foot or swimmer forward, so while the total volume might not explode, the content gets a serious upgrade. Who knew biology had such a flair for drama? Interestingly, this is where anecdotal experiences come into play. Take a case study where a man named Alex reported increased libido and noticeable changes in climax intensity after witnessing his partner, Amelia, getting attention from a mutual acquaintance. While this is subjective, it aligns with existing data showing that sexual competition primes the male reproductive system in subtle but potent ways. This isn't about jealousy, this is about your biology preparing to ensure reproductive success under perceived threat. For high-dose caffeine doesn't just wake you up. You've heard that coffee boosts alertness, but in higher doses it might be waking up something else. To research suggests that men consuming over 400 milligrams of caffeine daily, roughly 4 cups of strong coffee, may see improvements in reproductive health, including testosterone sensitivity and sperm motility. While the jury is still out on whether caffeine directly increases semen volume, the downstream effects on hormone levels and circulation definitely set the stage. Basically, it doesn't fill the tank, but it may fine-tune the fuel system. To expand on this, caffeine has also been found to improve Leydig cell activity in the testes, which directly supports testosterone production, and that uptick can lead to secondary improvements in seminal vesicle function and ejaculatory force, all factors tied to perceived volume and reproductive strength. 5. The left testicle might be putting in overtime. Here's a fun fact you probably never asked for. The left testicle often hangs lower than the right. That's due to vascular structure, and it might not be just an aesthetic choice. Some evidence suggests the left side has slightly better cooling efficiency and blood flow, which could mean better sperm conditions. While there's no universal rule that says it produces more semen in some men, the asymmetry might not be purely cosmetic. So yeah, next time you're acknowledging your boys, maybe give the left one a little extra nod. Scientists believe that the pampiniform plexus, a network of veins in the scrotum, is often more robust on the left side, helping regulate temperature more efficiently since sperm production requires a cooler environment. Even a single degree in temperature variance can mean a difference in output and motility. 6. It doesn't always add up. The longer you wait, you've probably Felt it before. The longer the break, the bigger the finale, but here's where perception tricks you. Yes, semen volume does increase with abstinence, but only up to a point after about 2 to 3 days. The increase starts to plateau. What does build is pressure, sensitivity, and the intensity of the orgasm, which creates the illusion of more. It's like blowing up a balloon and thinking it's heavier just because it's tighter. The actual volume may not change much, but the experience, yeah, that can feel way more intense. Adding to that, the seminal vesicles, which store a majority of the seminal fluid, reach a storage limit after around 72 hours of abstinence, meaning any further buildup is less about quantity and more about emotional and physiological pressure building up in the background. Also, prolonged abstinence can slightly change the pH and texture of the semen, making it feel different. Even if the actual output isn't significantly greater, 7 cold showers don't kill the mood, they might actually prep it. You've probably heard the old myth cold showers reduce libido, but recent research paints a different picture. Short bursts of cold exposure, think cold showers, cold plunges, can improve testosterone circulation, reduce inflammation, and support overall reproductive function. While it's a stretch to say they directly increase semen volume, they definitely improve the environment where semen is made. It's like giving your reproductive system a brisk reset, so instead of cooling off your urges, you might be quietly optimizing your output. On top of that, cold exposure is known to trigger norepinephrine release, which not only boosts mood and alertness but also enhances testicular function through improved blood flow. Regular exposure to short-term cold stress can signal the body to become more efficient at regulating internal processes, including those tied to hormonal balance and reproductive health. So what does all this mean? Semen volume is like the stock market, volatile, influenced by dozens of hidden factors, and misunderstood by almost everyone. It's not just about how often you release or what supplements you take. Your stress levels, competition cues, coffee intake, cold exposure, and even which side hangs lower all play a role. Science doesn't always explain these things with a neat little bow. And the more you learn, the more you realize that your body is playing a complex game of resource management and priority shifting, driven by both your environment and your internal state. Everything from how you sleep to how you think to how you react to someone like Amelia texting you back after a long time plays a small part in the bigger picture. Your biology is always listening, always adjusting, and sometimes acting out in ways that seem random but are actually evolution's fingerprint.